Okay, unboxed or opening the lid of the motherboard. We got a quick installation guide, software application, a user guide. So we got the cover for the case. I have no idea what those are. I'll have to read about that. Some cables. Those are interesting. And drivers and utilities disc. And let's see if I can do this with one hand and not trash something. And there is the board. A little hard to see through the plastic, but we will get to that in a minute. Okay, here's the board outside of the bag. Looks like it's got some cute little advertising stickers on it, which I will take off there. I think I'm going to go ahead and install the i5 chip and possibly the hardware for the cooling unit outside of the case, just because I think it's going to be a little bit easier to deal with. And then I'll install the card inside the case. Oh yeah. Yeah, don't forget, you know, again, I don't always know what I'm doing, so this is not a how-to-it video. This is a, oh my god, he's trying to do this for the first time. Frequently touch the metal chassis of the case so that you can discharge any static electricity before you touch any board, any memory, any chip, anything that you're going to install. Just to make sure, because you're walking on carpet like me, just continue to make sure that you get rid of any static. Okay, so this is what the i5 chip looks like. I don't know if you can read that on there. Probably not. Okay. Back of it, front of it. In the box was also the stock cooling fan, which I won't be installing because I'm using the water cooling. And I'm just guessing because I didn't read, but this pretty much goes like that and flips out of the way. And then there's some plastic thing that says remove. Oh, look at that, I removed it. And then let's again touch our case. And here is our chip. And I believe there's supposed to be a mark on this that shows which corner it goes to. And I have no clue, so I'm gonna have to look at that. Oh, I see an arrow right here. And I see a dot right there. And I'll screw this up, so I'm going to read this real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so the instructions showed, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get close enough to see this, but there is a couple of notches right here and right here on the unit and on the chip, so it only kind of fits one way. So then I'm going to close this over. Kind of slips into that bolt slot like that, and that's it, installed. And I'm going to go ahead and put on the hardware for the cooling unit. One thing I noticed that's nice about the hardware on this water cooling unit is that it's designed to do either an Intel and 3 different kinds of Intel chips. That's what these 3 holes are in terms of how it fits. And also the AMD series, which is what this hardware is here. Okay, so I was wrong earlier when I said there isn't a backing plate that goes on the back of the board, and there is. Part of the cooling system has this backing plate you have to install on the back of the board. So, but you know, the instructions are relatively moron-proof. So, okay, the instructions say to loosely install the mounting bracket for the water cooling plate over the top of the motherboard area, which I did here. And now I think I'm going to go ahead and install the board in the case. Okay, I got the motherboard installed, but with a couple of problems. One of the screws in the corner here, actually I had 2 different screws on a strip. As you go to get in, screw it in, there was some resistance. So instead of unscrewing right away, I decided to push it, you know, a quarter turn too far, and you know, it ended up twisting and not screwing up the board, but it screwed up the connector underneath, and I had to pull the board back out and undo it and throw that bolt away, that screw away. So learn from me, if there's any resistance, stop and use a different screw. I guess they're not the greatest quality hardware in the world in terms of these little screws, but definitely came stripped, so be careful with that. Okay, next I think I'm going to install the the hard drive and the optical drive and the card, the multi-card reader. Okay, so I installed the hard disk drive, I installed the multi-card reader, and I installed the optical drive. It's a little bit getting used to with these twist-on locks, but you know, I'm trying to slide that in, the hard drive in, you know, perfectly or whatever. But I was able to get a handle on it. It's just different than I've ever dealt with. Okay, jump forward to about an hour or so later. I still need to tie up all the cables, but I now have the optical drive cable connected. Oops, that doesn't seem right. I'll fix that in a second. Fail. The optical cord connected, the multi-reader connected, the hard drive connected. I have the video card installed. I have a sound card installed, and the memory installed. The water cooling system on the chip is installed, including the radiator and the fan that goes with it. So pretty much all the components are installed. I need to route all the wiring to make it a little prettier, because right now it's a spaghetti mess, and I have to hide all these, which I don't need at the moment, and then I'll take another picture. Well, I wish I could have done some better cable management. I don't think it's real pretty, but it's okay. I think that the case cover here will hide some of this stuff here, but I mean, there's not much you could do about these freaking huge power cables to the video card and the excess. I really kind of wish I would have got a modular power, because this is just ridiculous. Trying to hide all these extra power cables is brutal. But I mean, if I do want to upgrade at some point, I can. But anywho, this is what it ended up looking like. It's not bad. I've seen a lot better, but I'll try to take another picture once the LEDs are up. I still have to install the fan in the side window and get that hooked up. Okay. well, loading Windows, nothing's smoking. Everything seems to be working at the moment. The BIOS system, when I went through it, seemed to show everything was connecting and looking okay. I still have to finish loading Windows, finish and load the software for the video card and for the sound card, but technically it's up and running. There's the blue fan from the side, there's the front. It's lit up pretty good. Hard drive and also the video card both have blue neon lights too, so it's pretty cool. So, you know, I guess the last word is it's actually possible for somebody who doesn't know what the heck they're doing to build a computer.